comparative and superlative. Comparative adjectives, so we're talking about adjectives here. Adjectives describe nouns. So comparative adjectives tell which one is more. And we do that by adding ER to the end of the word. Superlative, I like to look at the word super in here. So if it's super, it means that it's the most of something. And we show this by adding EST to the end of the word. And this works for most adjectives that are 1 or 2 syllables long. Okay, so if they're short adjectives like deep, green, heavy, and little, those are all like 1 or 2 syllable words. Those are going to be use ER and EST at the end of the word. If it were longer adjectives like expensive, you would use the word more before it and most before it. So it's more expensive or the most expensive. You wouldn't say expensiver or expensivest. You would say it was more expensive or it was the most expensive. So looking at the word deep, the adjective deep, when we're describing a noun with the word deep, and we want to say that it's more than something else. So for an example, this side of the pool is deeper than the other side. We would add ER to the end to make it comparative. Okay, to make it superlative, we would say deepest. This is the deepest side of the pool. Okay, greener and greenest. Again, green is a 1-syllable adjective, green. Deep is a 1-syllable adjective, deep. Okay, heavy is a 2-syllable word, heavy. Okay, heavy, we are going to change that to heavier to make it comparative, but we have to do something with this Y because we can't have YER. So we're going to drop that Y and add an IER, heavier. Same thing here, we can't have YEST, so we're going to drop that Y, add an IEST, heaviest is superlative. Okay, let's talk about little. Little is irregular when it's comparative. We really wouldn't say littler, and we really wouldn't say more little. We would change this to smaller. But when we're talking about the word little in the superlative form, we can say littlest. Okay? All right, let's look at this box. This box right here is our star box. And this is actually talking about combining sentences. So this is revising. And when we are talking about revising, we're talking about making it better. Okay? So we're going to make it better by combining these 2 sentences into one sentence. This is the same thing that we were doing in this box, or we were looking at in this box. When we combine 2 sentences to complete sentences, we need a comma conjunction separating them. This is how we combine sentences. We make them compound sentences. So let's look at this box. It says, sharks swim very fast. That is a complete sentence. They can travel hundreds of miles in a day. That is also a complete sentence. So we're combining 2 complete sentences. Before looking at our answer choices, let's try to do it on our own. When we combine 2 sentences and put the comma conjunction in, we put the comma conjunction where the period was. So we need a comma there instead of a period, and then we need to add a fanboy. The 2 fanboys that I would choose here would be and or so. Okay, sharks swim very fast and they can travel hundreds of miles in a day. Or we can say sharks swim very fast so they can travel hundreds of miles in a day. Either one of these makes sense. So we're going to see which one they use in their sentence that they came up with. All right, let's look at it. So we have two complete, this complete on the left, complete on the right, comma, conjunction, they never have to fight. So these two sentences are not fighting because we have that comma conjunction between them. A says, sharks swim very fast, comma, so they can travel hundreds of miles in a day. This is the comma conjunction that I chose here. It made sense, and it's got the comma, it's got the conjunction, it's got complete on the left, complete on the right. This is probably our answer choice, but let's see what the other ones say first. B says, sharks swim very fast, or they can travel hundreds of miles in a day. Or is not one of the fanboys that I chose, because or is used when we're making a choice between two things. We're not making a choice between two things here, so we would not use this comma conjunction. C says sharks swim very fast, comma, they can travel hundreds of miles in a day. So all they did was change this period to a comma. When we put two sentences together without a comma conjunction, if it just has a comma or if it just has a conjunction, that is creating a run-on sentence. That is an incorrectly written sentence that we would need to fix by adding either a comma or a conjunction. Here it would be adding a conjunction. So this is an incorrectly written sentence. That would not be our answer choice. Okay, so A is our answer choice here. So that's how I go through a 5-minute language review in class. If you have any questions, please email me. And I hope that this was helpful.